Hey guys, I'm back here with another video. Right now I'm going over whether to dual wield or not, specifically for attack builds. A lot of people opt over to shields and all that stuff. With my build, I have a lot of bouncing going on with this node over here, but if I wear a shield with my pistol, then it turns into a shotgun. And I kind of don't want that because I want my stuff to bounce. So I might just head over to a bow. I'm not sure. I'll probably go back to my original way of what I wanted to do was a bow, but then I was like, oh, I like to shoot fast and I think pistols are great. So I did that, and it worked for quite a long time. But now that I'm at late game and I'm level 68, it's getting a bit... I'm getting to late game, and the damages that are averaging out, dual wielding it has like diminishing returns. The only upside about dual wielding is that I can literally get my rage up, you know, twice as fast than if I was just using one single shot. Just because this gives off 60 damage per hit, and bows are, I think, 60 or 75 rage per hit. So the more rage I can get up, the more I can shoot out, because if this goes up to over 750, then, you know, this does double damage, and that includes the crit. And that's just kind of all that I'm trying to do. I'm kind of leveling up my Death Gazer because I'm prepping it up for a couple of passive nodes over here. The next 4 levels I'll be getting which time cannot heal. So I could inflict stasis and just start doing this. But either way, even if I'm just doing that or just doing this, oh shit, that's full. Let's do this. Boom, okay. So if I just have this weapon off, yes it is, and do this, I just deal more damage per hit. I mean, that's how the game works, with single weapons. But it just kind of sucks that dual wielding has kind of like a diminishing return on it. It hasn't been as strong. I still put more stuff in agility, because, you know, I'm attack speed build, I just want to throw stuff out. So that's just the one downside, is that my damage is like not good when I'm dual wielding anymore, and it's a little upsetting just because of that. Because I don't really want to, like, I want to be able to have a build where I don't have to rely on an ability to deal a bunch of damage. But when it comes to bosses, I want to be able, or maybe some champions and all that stuff, I want to be able to, you know, use a bunch of abilities, you know, and blow them up. And it's been working out, but it's just, it's a little disappointing, actually. So it's probably something that they could work on when it comes to dual wielding, because I know this game isn't perfect. It hasn't been that long since it launched, and then they just, you know, put a patch out this week, fixing a bunch of bugs. But I hope they're open to some suggestions when it comes to dual wielding to balance it out a little bit differently, or even balance out attack speed a little bit differently, because I just feel like dual wielding, like, I understand that the damage goes down when you do this, and I know it's compensating for having more rage generation, just because I'm dual wielding, but just the fact that your basic attacks in this game aren't very strong. Like I can take out, you know, those are just trash underlings, right? If I go up against like specialists, or I go up against you know, champions. What's this?
If you need to spend it,
Nope.
come to Mojave
Nope.
first, yes?
No. No, that's cool. That's a lot of spellcasting speed. So, you know, if I want to attack fast, I want to be able to use my basic attack bouncy thingies. I want to be able to enhance my basic attack bouncy thingies through Death Gazer. I want to be able to do like a lot. But it's also the fact that I have my boss killing skill. I have my, you know, white underling trash mob killing, which I can just do with my basic attacks. I don't need a freaking skill just to clear out a whole entire, you know, wave of them. But I do have this just in case there's like way too many. Because this only bounces up to, you know, a few more times. I don't know if they have more bounce on mods or not. I haven't picked any of those up. But, you know, this helps. So it helps get rage up. It's really nice. Damage, you know, it doesn't drop off too hard, but, you know, I just attack fast. I sling stuff out. But I also find it just, you know, I might as well just, you know, have a single-handed and just, you know, just do this, because it just hits harder, and there's, you know, the mob packs aren't really too big. This will hit harder if I do that anyways. Again, like, I'm really good at generating rage right now. It's getting faster and faster the more items I get. So when it comes to dual wielding, it's almost like I might as well just do a one-hander if my rage generation goes up fast enough. Because I can sling more stuff out. And then soon the attack speed build is kind of going to become useless. I might as well spec into ferocity if I get enough of this regening at once, because, you know, why not crit hard and just kill everything at once? So that's kind of the point I'm getting to. So this might turn into a ferocity build, just like every other build out there, besides some of the wisdom status builds. It's just disappointing that I can't make this work more, because any other crit build can also incorporate this node right here and this node right here to compensate for a little bit of a slow attack speed. Like any other attack build can do that. So I want my basic attacks to be a bit harder when I'm dual wielding, because I feel like they could balance that out just a little bit more, so that way this doesn't become useless, because right now I feel useless doing that.
Welcome to the Purple Phoenix.
I don't know if I mentioned it before, but when I have a shield on, it becomes a shotgun, but the bullets don't bounce. So it does shotgun, but it doesn't bounce. But if I had extra projectiles on this weapon right here, if I could get any... Am I stuck? I was stuck. So if I shot out like 2 projectiles, I'd be dealing like more damage. Because all of those bounces would bounce around and shotgun off of enemies and all that stuff. That'd be great if I had more projectiles. That's probably one thing that will make my build better, is if I just get more projectiles and do that. So that's just the one thing that I'm hoping to get in order to keep this build as, you know, close to what I want it to be. So right now, dual wielding, like, it's worth it in the beginning, but it's starting to, like, it's starting to completely fall off. Now that I'm in late game. Between levels, I want to say, like, levels, like, 55, getting to 60s. I was really trying hard to find good weapons to use, until I found this one. That one's like a beauty. Like, basic attacking enemies was like doing nothing. Like, against these guys, like, these guys are rares, they're specialists. They deserve to be tougher, of course. But I just don't think it's like, it's healthy to have a one-hander have more damage, so that way it doesn't, like, fall off. I completely agree on that part. I enjoy it. I like how they thought about that. But I don't think the numbers are completely correct when it comes to dual wielding. Just because I can literally just throw rockets out. I can kill all these mobs. Just because the density isn't hard. I don't need to basic attack that much to get more rage up, because I regenerate enough. And look at that, I just killed him. I didn't even have my mark on him. Just because my rockets deal like 1,000 more damage than if I was dual wielding. But even then, if I was dual wielding and I attack faster, I can get more stacks off. So that means this passive kicks in more just because I'm doing this. But the damage that comes behind it, it still almost is not enough for me. Just because I just don't feel like I'm either just not attacking fast enough to make up for the difference in damage between one-handing and dual wielding. But, you know, as you can see, my rage goes up faster if I'm just dual wielding. But then again, I won't need to have my rage go up so fast if, you know, I just do this and I just go in there and I just one-shot everything. Just because, you know, every time I cast this spell, over 750 rage, damage is doubled. So, this build is completely ethical, I swear. I didn't take anything any tube too broken. I think the only reason why I do so much damage is actually just because of this node right here. That's actually just it. I skilled everything else extremely well throughout everything here. That's just it. I am finding almost no use to have another weapon right now, just because I have enough of this regeneration going on. I have my pots that I can spam. Look, he just went down like nothing. And it doesn't take me very long to get that back up, and I can just shoot it out again.
I need a breather.
What was he doing? Yeah, this is definitely better than dual wielding. I might just get more damage out. I can use my pots. If they could make dual wielding better, you know, not by like a very long shot, because it's, you know, it's not bad. The damage fall off, you know, it sucks, but you are dual wielding. I feel like they could just do a bit more and make the attack speed scale a little bit better, probably. That's just my thoughts, because attack speed in this game kind of scales very weird. And you know, this skill shoots off at a you know, at a what, a static yeah, more of like a static statically. So it fires off, and then it fires off whether you're dual wielding or having one weapon. It doesn't, you know, fire as fast. I think the only thing that's affected by attack speed is charge up time. So if I'm dual wielding, I can charge up faster, slightly faster, I'd say. It's not as fast, but it is faster. But I just, like, it just doesn't feel right.
That's not happening.
That dual wielding doesn't. That was an Alistair. Yeah, that's the difference. That's all I can say. When it comes to endgame, go back to wielding 1. If you're doing a pistol and you're not doing balance, you can add a shield to it. This won't affect this damage right here. For your skills, it just affects your kind of average damage per hit. So it goes down to this much, but it's a shotgun. So all the bullets shotgun off. Nah. But I kind of, excuse me, I need the yes, you can. But yeah, I kind of need the range for my character because I'm squishy as fuck. Like, no joke, I will just...
I don't have enough space.
Oh, 2 rings, look at that. You get rid of that. Oops, what? No, my bad. Oops, my bad. I want the rings.
Should have brought a pack.
That's a dagger. Can't read. So yeah, that's it. And last final tip. It has nothing to do with dual wielding or anything like that. But if you guys are looting and you're just looting the loot for gold, grab these. These are worth more than gear. Unless you pick up red gear. You know, like this stuff. Grab the jewelry. Drop this out. Grab that ring. See, $7.85. Drop that. Pick that the pants at $6.25. Jewelry is worth more than gear. So if you're trying to make money for that, and you're just doing like little expeditions, it's just best to pick up any of the jewelry that you can find, just because it is worth more than gear, unless you find red gear. So that's my final tip. This is it for the video. I'll see you next time.